Hi class. Today the most asked question is number 3, so I am going to graph number 3 for you. First of all, I would like to graph the parent function f of x equals the absolute value of x. This function works this way. I use the same color. I have my x coordinate. I will have my y coordinate. When x equals 1, absolute value of 1 is 1. When x equals 2, absolute value of 2 is 2. When x equals negative 1, absolute value of negative 1 is positive 1. When x equals negative 2, absolute value of negative 2 is positive 2. So when we plug in all the points on our graph, the graph will look like this. I purposely use a different color so you can see each step transformation, how different. 1, 1, 2, 2, negative 1, positive 1, negative 2, and positive 2. When I connect the graph, look like this. All right, next step, we are going to graph f of x equals 3 times absolute value of x, which is vertically stretched by 3. Every single x coordinates will stay the same, but y coordinates will become 3 times larger. That's x, that's f of x. When x equals 1, absolute value of 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3, so the first coordinates will be 1, 3. When x equals 2, absolute value of 2 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. When x equals negative 1, absolute value of negative 1 is positive 1. And 1 times 3 is 3. You already know when x equals negative 2, absolute value of negative 2 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So all coordinates, every single x coordinate stays the same, but every single y coordinate will become 3 times bigger. So 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, 1, 3, 2, 6. When we plug in, our graph will look like this. 1, 3, 2, 6, 1, negative 1, 3, negative 2, 6. This green graph will represent f of x equals 3 times absolute value of x. Okay, we're almost there. Now let's see the purple one. The purple one says we need to put a negative sign in front of the fraction. Today in class, we have went over the negative sign in front of the parent function. That means you have to reflect your function over the x-axis. So every single coordinates reflect over x-axis, your coordinates will have changed. Here's your new coordinates, x and f of x. Every single of your x coordinates stays the same, but y coordinates will become negative because you're doing the reflection, reflect over the x-axis. Every single your y coordinates will become the opposite. So we will have negative 3, negative 6, negative 3, negative 6. When we plug in the graph, you will have 1, negative 3, okay, 2, negative 6, x equals 2, y equals negative 6. X equals negative 1, negative 3. Negative 1, y is negative 3. Negative 2, negative 6. Be here. When you connect them, our graph will look like this. So our purple one is this equation. Is the green one reflected over the x-axis. Okay, if you can see the green, you see the purple, they are the mirror copy functions. The line of symmetry will be x-axis. All right, at the end, we eventually have a chance to graph this whole equation, which is f of x equals -3 absolute value of x plus 2. We talk about the number outside of the function. Means you are doing vertical transformation 2 units up, which is you hold every single point. All you do is just move 2 units up. So this is 0, 0 becomes 0, 2. Okay, this point move 2 units up. This is also move 2 units up. 1, 2, 1, 2. When you connect your functions, the final product, which is the blue one, will look like this. All right, so on the homework, you are asked to answer a couple questions about the parent function. The very first question will be, can you find the horizontal? Do we have a horizontal shift here? Okay, so our question for number A will be, no, we do not have horizontal shift. We did not hold this graph translated to the left or to the right. Did not do that. So you say none. Okay. B, the question is asking, have you done anything vertical shift? We did, because the number outside is in charge of vertical shift. And whatever the number size, so we do exactly the number size. Plus 2 mean vertically shifted 2 units. So we say up 2 units. All right, C is asking, what is the domain for this function? As you can see, we have all real numbers. Okay, so C is all real numbers. Or if you would like to use interval, you can say from negative infinity to positive infinity. Either way is the right answer. Okay, now D, what is the range of the function? This blue, remember we said Dr. XY today? Dr. XY means every time when they want to know the range, they want you to find the smallest y and largest y. The smallest y we have is negative infinity. This line go on forever. The largest y we can have is positive 2. So our answer should be from negative infinity all the way to 2. All right, F. The question is asking, can you find the x-intercept? When you're trying to find any x-intercept, you have to know your y value equals 0. Because every single point on the x-axis will have a y equals 0. In other words, we need to set up the entire equation equals 0 in order to find y-intercept. So our function will become 0 equals -3 absolute value of x plus 2. We need to subtract 2 from each side. So your left side will be -2. On the right side, we have a -3 absolute value of x. We are going to divide it by -3 on each side. Negative divided by negative is a positive, so you actually have a 2/3 equals absolute value of x. We're not done because our job is finding x, so we have to get rid of this absolute value bars. Whenever you do that, your answer should have a positive and negative, because a positive 2/3 is a 2/3. Absolute value of negative 2/3 is also 2/3. So our final answer, x equals a positive and negative 2/3. That is our intercept. Okay, our intercept on the x-axis will be 2/3 0 and negative 2/3 0. All right, that's question F. And the last one will be question I. Question I is asking, can you find f of negative 2? This means every single time we see x, we would like to replace that x to negative 2. So we are going to solve this question by f of x equals negative 3 absolute value of x plus 2. This time we would like to find out what is f of negative 2. We need to replace this x to negative 2. So negative 3 times absolute value of negative 2 plus 2. Absolute value of negative 2 give you positive 2. 2 times negative 3 give you negative 6. Plus 2 give you negative 4. And that is your answer for I. F of negative 2 equals negative 4. I hope this helped. See you guys tomorrow in the class.